So what you see in front of you is a project case and buckets of components. Now this does involve, I think it's Ardvarks and raspberries, and it's a bit outside of my comfort zone. Or is it Arduino and raspberries? It's one of the two. So it does involve some computer work as well. Now I'm a radio guy, not a computer guy, so this is going to test me to the extreme, because it does involve programming various bits and pieces. And special shout out to Dan. So thanks very much for 3D printing me the fascia that I needed. Top man. And there's a kebab on its way as normal payment. That's like currency for 3D printing. I'm sure my brother will want a kebab as well. So here's all my parts, and I've got a little mini screen and stuff. So the first thing I've got to do is I've got to lay out the front panel and start getting all the components fitted in. And then once they're in, these are the connecting wires that we use, and they've sent me female, and I think I wanted female, male. Oh joy. They came all the way from China as well, so hopefully I haven't got the wrong ones. Oh no, they are correct. Right, first problem averted. So I'm going to disassemble the box first, and then we'll get the fascia laid out and we'll mock it up and lay out how we want the thing to look. What I'm building is a variable frequency oscillator, a VFO. Now on the screen now you will see that for the radio I want it for, which is a mid-band 23 channel AM sideband, they do VFOs for these, but you can only get them in the States, and they're like $80 to $100 plus for the VFO, sometimes working, sometimes not working. Then it's going to cost me about another $100 in shipping, so I'm looking at about $200, probably about 180 UK pounds, if not 190, to get a VFO over here. Now I've got no guarantee it's going to work. So I was umming and ahhing on what to do, and I looked around to try and see if I could get crystals and fit like a crystal holder and flick in different crystals to give me different frequencies, and I couldn't. I couldn't find the frequency crystals I wanted. And then I found online details of how to build your own VFO. So as a little mini project, I'm going to have a go at building one, bring you along with me, and we'll see if I can make a VFO, because if I can make one, I'm certainly sure you can. Because if you're going to give someone with no computer skills the job of building something with a computer in it, if I can do it, you can too. So let me get this disassembled, get the front panel down, and we'll start marking it up and laying it out. So that's got the little rotary switch through, and then what I'm planning on doing is dropping that over the top, then putting a washer on, and then doing this up like so. And then when we twiddle, we've got like a proper dial on there as well. It looks the part. So that's the first bit done. So we'll take that back off. I'll get the thing to come out. There we go. Right, so that's the first hole down. Then what we're going to do now is down this side, we're going to have 3 of these momentary contact switches, and all will become clear. So these are quite a big hole by all the looks of it. I'm going to need about an 11, potentially 12mm drill. Right, I'll mark this up and we'll get these in. But yeah, pleased with that. Took me a while to source all this kit and get it all together, but once you've got it, you've got it. Right, so there's the 3 buttons that I need. These are momentary, so they only make a contact when you press them in. When you let go, they don't. So we've got those drilled. Next, I've got somewhere here, I've got a little LED that I want to put in here. And then I've also got a little flick power switch that I need to put in, so let me mark out for here as well and we get that installed. So that's the switching. I'm really annoyed because the file slipped when I was filing. I scratched the front. I might be able to put some labels or something over that. I'll have to have a look, or maybe I'll recover the front once I've got everything done. with a bit of Fablon or something. We'll see how it goes. So that's in. LED's done, so I've just got 4 little holes here to drill for the bezel to fit on, and then we can start mounting all the components. So the layout is all done. So we've got the 3 momentary switches here, the display screen which is going to go here, the tuning knob and memory select button here, on-off power switch here, an LED that shows when it's on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to push all of these in and get them bolted all up and mop the front panel up. Right, so the front panel's laid out. We've got the LED, the on-off switch, the tuner, hang on. Right, and you've got a tuner. I'll put the knob on it now, just rested it all on the top. And then you've got the 3 momentary buttons here, which are there. So what I've got to do now is on the inside of here I've got to trim these 4 posts down to allow me to fit this little screen onto the posts. They're a tiny bit too big, and then the screen will fit inside here. I might have to file it up and tidy the edges up. And then with the 4 screws coming through from the other side, we can then mount the screen onto the front of the board. I'm just thinking though, I might have to actually put a cutout or something in the middle here, because I've got a load of wires I've got to take through, so I think I'm going to have to go back and take all of this off, put a little cutout in there, get the screen wires out. I'll do that now. Right, I've got to go back to drilling at the moment because I fitted the module in here with the screen, and then you've got these DuPont connectors that fit on here, but then I've got no cutout here for them to go through, so I've got to make a little cutout here for the connectors to go through, and then they can feed inside to the board. So I'm going to just drill some holes and then make, similar to what I made here, another shape here for them to go through, and the fact that they're insulated here, they should just pass through the hole nicely. Right, I've made the slit. Oh, that couldn't fit any better. That's fitted perfectly through, like a glove. Right, so what I need to do now is get the little screws to mount through here and bolt this on. But before I do that, I need to work out which one of these terminals is going where, because obviously all being yellow, I'm not going to be able to mark them up. So we need to work out where they're going, and then in the box here start laying out the boards that the connectors are going to go to from the front panel. So on the screen it says void setup, put your setup code here to run once, void loop, put your main code here to run repeatedly. No idea. I haven't got a clue. Right, I better go and try and find some online instructions as to how to do this, because I have no idea. I have not got a Scooby-Doo. Right, let's make this larger. So, to be able to program it, we need to have the ESP support. So we go File, Preferences, enter the following into Additional Board Manager. I haven't got Additional Board Manager. Oh God, we failed already. Enter the URLs field, sketchbook location, URL field. This will add some, Jesus, how am I going to, right, give me 5 minutes, I've got to type in that little lot there, hold on. Right, so the Additional Board Manager URL is at the bottom of the screen. I've typed in https, 2 dots, one above the other, 2 backslashes, raw.githubsercontent.com/expressif ESPRESSIF /ARDUINO and then a little minus sign, ESP32 /GH minus sign PAGES /PACKAGE underscore ESP32 underscore INDEX dot JSON. Then we press OK and it's downloading the package, or so it says here. Now I had a cup of tea on. Right, so it's done that and it now says no board selected. Hang on, have I gone into something? Right. Open Boards Manager. Go to Tools, Boards Manager. Search for the ESP32 by Expressive Systems. How do I find that? God, I wish I knew what I was doing. ESP32. They must be in order then. This is, I'm now in M. Hang on. Oh. Filter your search. ESP32. ESP by Expressives. Alright. We'll install that. So it's processing that and installing. So that's good. So far so good. Right, let me leave that going. I'll come back when it's installed. So what it's doing here is downloading packages and putting them one after another in here. So it's downloading quite a few at the moment. So it's still going at the minute. So I searched up here for ESP32 and it brought up two options. ESP32 by Avocado or Arduino and ESP32 by Expressive. And this one's got the ESP32 development board, which is what we... Hang on a minute. Sorry about that, crazed fan. Right, and that's the ESP32 development board. That's what we want. It's still going at the moment. It's installing loads and loads of stuff. Right, now we've done this, it says we've got to shut down the Arduino program. And then we've got to restart it. And then we should see the board, the ESP32 board available. So I'll leave this a while because it takes a long time to start up. So I've made a folder on the desktop and downloaded the necessary files from the internet with the code in. And within that folder now I have all of these files. So these are what I need to somehow install into the module, I believe. So now we need to work on how we're going to do that, which is going to be interesting. I don't know whether that's worked or not. Complete. Ah, okay. Don't want any of that. And we don't want that. Right. So next stage. Right, so we've got to connect this using a cable. And the built-in red LED, this indicates the board is receiving power. Let's see whether it works. I'm not seeing any power there. You must use a USB cable with data wire. Some from chargers or power banks are power only and they don't transfer data. These don't work. Okay. Right, so that's not working. Let's go and find another lead. You would have thought the Arduino board would have come with a lead, but it didn't. Oh, we have an LED on. So what I did is I used the one from my component tester. So we've got power. So what's the next stage? Let's shut that down. Is the Arduino still open? Yes, it is. Right, so we've connected that there and we've got the power working. Go to Tools, Board, scroll down and select the name. In my case it's the... Oh, I'm just going to have to look up what board I've brought. Hold on. Right, so we're going to go Tools, Board, scroll down to the ESP32 section. Boards Manager, do we go in there? No, I've already done that. That's the bit where we... Oh, right, hang on, let's come out of there. Tools, Board. Oh, ESP32, right. It hasn't got my one there. It's got development module, WVroom DA module. I've got WVroom 32D, which isn't actually there. So do I select ESP32, ESP WRover all, WRover. Let's go for the DA module. That's what it is, I think. Okay, so we've selected that. Now what? Tools and ports. Tools, port, select a COM. If the COM is greyed out, this means you don't have the required USB drivers. Check the section installing USB drivers before you proceed. Mine are greyed out, so I've now got to install USB drivers. Hold on. So what you need to do to find out which driver you go to is look on your board, and on the top of the chip it will either have CP2101 or CH3340, depending what's written on the top of the chip as marked and shown. That's what driver you need to download. Then you just go to Google search and you do install CP2101 drivers Windows and install that driver. So that's what we're going to do now.